Hey Tan, how you doing, my mate? VTR fishing. Where am I on the map? I'm in Kazan. All the way down here. Guys, for everyone that just joined in, we're going to be exploring the Sibir map today. We're going to be doing one route from Kazan to Kurgan. Then, to be honest, there's a lot of new roads in here as well. There's a lot of places that we could go after that as well. So. We're gonna wait a few more minutes. We're gonna be on the way. This is the setup that we're driving today. Nisa Santos, there's two versions of it, so you can choose to get the vibrant one or just choose to get the normal one. Mystic Aiden, which graphics mods I'm using? I'm using PNG, SnowyMoon V2 and Project Ultimate ReShade. Guys, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit because I can't hear anything. I need to turn the engine down a little bit. You also got all the graphic mods listed out in the description below. Vanessa Santos, I'm running the vibrant version. The presets have changed a little bit as well. Between the previous version and the vibrant one, so you can choose which one you want to run. Benicio also. God, I went the wrong way. I was wondering where am I going. Benicio also for the map that we're driving on. It's normally you'd call, well, I'd call that as well. 1 to 19 maps, toy maps. This is one of the maps which I'll not actually put in the toy category. This Sibir Map is one of the ones 1 to 19 maps which actually feel very good. Manny Carter, I'm using the RealCam, so neither of the ones that you mentioned. I'm using the newly updated RealCam preset, the heavy lens. Thank for the sub, man. Loud? Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. It's the first time that I've been using this one. I'm gonna turn it down. I'm gonna turn this down as well. That should be a little bit better. I can actually hear the music now. run the red light. Too late to brake now. Rich boy, hi then. Which preset I'm using? I'm using the RealCam preset, the heavy lens one. The vibrant update though, I've dropped the update to the presets and the tone maps today, so you can use the new ones as well. Goobson, thanks so much for the sub, mate. Guys, this is one of the most beautiful spots at the beginning of a map, and there'll be a couple of places in here that look really breathtaking, but those lakes around here, they look quite amazing, to be honest. But the whole map is done very well, but there's few places in here that I just truly admire. Bogdan, how you doing, my mate? You fixed the bugs? I'm glad to hear that, mate. I'm glad to hear that. Then if you fix the bugs, I might be able to put up a video for tomorrow. I'll be able to actually film it properly. Defraction, thanks so much for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Bogdan, do you prefer that DAF instead of the Volvo that we're running on the other stream? Oh, wow. Well, that DAF ain't doing that great braking wise. Although I should brake a bit earlier. Yeah, it looks better, yeah. Why didn't you tell me that? What about like older Volvos, FH3, FH1, are they good? Or do you just have a problem with that specific Volvo? Those are good Volvos, yeah? Oh, that's good, man. Orthodox brother, I will not be able to understand what you've put through the chat because I'm unable to translate that. If you want to resend the comment in English, I'll be able to answer that. Diesel engine, how you doing, my mate? How's your day going? Roman Kowalski, cześć. A cieszę się, że ci się podoba. Hassan, thanks so much, man. I'm glad that you're liking it. Bogdan, I don't understand that either, mate. I only speak English and Polish. I wish that I could speak more languages. I should add more languages to the list at some point, but you still have to have a decent amount of time to learn a new language as well. Bogdan, or you could just send that in English. It would be much more helpful, mate. Ogden, please, please, mate, because you're breaking my heart now, you know. I wonder if you're using translator, you just know that many languages, mate. Yeah, Bogdan, not so much today, mate. But I'm glad that you caught the hint. Yeah, diesel engine. You know what? I've tried to override that truck a couple of times. I got it to work, but then it was crashing half of the time. I don't... It's the same as for the DAF 6 for ETS2. Most of the trucks, they have their normal... When you unpack the game, you will see that in the base vehicles or vehicles, you will have the path to actually get the interior and then the seat SII file. But that Volvo doesn't have one. I don't know if it has one in the games in the share file, because for the DAF it's the same thing, and the DAF does not have that file in there. So I don't know if they skipped it, because I did not have a look on how that Volvo looks within the game. I got it to override the seat position, but it was crashing. So I don't know if there's might be something wrong with it. I wonder if you'd change the interior names, if you'd make a mod that would just add an interior to the SCS Volvo but wouldn't change anything. Bogdan, I'm very glad for that, mate. I'm very glad for that. I think that I know which game you're referring to. Oh my god. See, I'm reading Bogdan's comments and that's what happens. Hasan, I'm not sure. You're asking me what graphics card should you buy, or... If you could just specify if you're asking me what graphics card you should buy. Yeah, Bogdan, a lot of them do. A lot of them do. Wait, that's... Yeah, if you're asking, then yeah, it is looking nice. Because you know what, I enjoy bleaked out graphics. You know, I enjoy where everything is just kind of gloomy, a bit colorless. But you know, I don't mind a bit of color now that we're getting to spring. We've done in winter. You know, we're getting towards spring, so some green colors will look nice. Castle B, how you doing, my man? How's the evening going? Wait, afternoon, evening. Bogdan, does he work in Poland, or he's Polish? Yeah, Cassiopeia, I'm all good. Just decided to take the Sibir Map for a spin. Let's go family in there, yeah? That's alright. Yeah, Bogdan, there's 4,000 subscribers on the channel. It's very nice. I mean, I started the channel in September, so we got those 4,000 within, what, the last 4 months? So I think, you know, I think it's a good achievement. Yeah, Sibir Map is very nice. To be honest, one thing, there's some parts in here that are very heavy. Like even for my setup. Like I know that I could tweak scaling down and it will be fine. But some of the parts, especially there's a lot of vegetation. Trust me, when I mean that there's a lot of vegetation, there's a lot in here. When you get into that section of the map, it's very heavy. Man, I run the red light again. Legal off-road. I'm all good, mate. The DAF is the ModsTrade's DAF. When you have a look in the description, you'll see. Costs 25 euros. I guess it's an improvement over the base game DAF. I mean, at least in here, I can actually change the camera back and forth if it goes to FOVs and all of that. How are my roads looking crisp? That as well, but also, I mean, what you can just tell me here. What resolution and what scaling are you running now? Bogdan, I'm very happy with it. As you can see, I'm a happy Angus today. It was Bogdan. It was well, more funnier than anything. I looked at that. I was like, hey, if you want to say that, you might as well try to build a map as well. Castle, just tell me the resolution, the scaling, and all. How you doing, my man? It looks really good. Thanks so much, mate. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Castle, because to be honest, the load order is not going to change the way the roads look. They'll either load in or they're not going to load in. So. How you doing, my man? Yeah, I've seen it today, yeah. Thanks so much for the support, mate. Just looking, you come, well, I've run a red light again. A 2060, oh my God. A 2060 will most likely require a lot of adjustments for these mods. You can still make it work, but you'll have to adjust a lot of things. Castle P, yeah, in 1080 I play in 4K, so the resolution difference is quite big, to be honest. If you use more scaling, you might be able to get the roads to look a bit better. Thomas King, how you doing, my mate? This map makes me want to jump. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really play base maps that much. The Sibir Map is extremely well. Well, it's extremely well made. Black Mamba, how you doing, my mate? Oh, the tree quality is very good. Yeah, it's the PNG spring trees. Legal off-road. That's weird. Check what your mod folder says. Check if you still have the mods in your mod folder, because you should have the same mods as you have in the mod manager. Yeah, there's a lot of resets that to give you guys a bit more choice. You know what? If you're running anything less than 4K, just maybe try the light lens, and I use the sharp one. So try light lens sharp, and also go for the vibrant settings. You've got two settings. You've got the RealCam just normal with the previous colors, and you've got the vibrant ones with more color to them. So just maybe go for light lens. Light lens just means less distortion, and heavy lens means more distortion. Right, the ones that I use for graphics is I use Project Next Gen, SnowyMoon V2, and Project Ultimate ReShade, and this is the Sibir Map. That's if it comes to graphics. Legal off-road. I would not have a clue, because I've never had anything like that happen to me, to be honest. That I wouldn't just see the mods. Yeah, a bit weird. Moazali, how you doing, my mate? I hope that you're all good. Yeah, marine life. No worries, man. What's going around? And also, you know, if you just want to compare them quick, you can throw all of them in the reshade folder and just switch them up and see which one you like the most. The tone maps itself for RealCam stay the same, so you don't have to adjust them. It's just the presets. Bogdan, I looked, yeah. I know that you'd want to call the police on me every time I do something wrong in ETS2, but I looked. I seen the guy, yeah? You and Danny and calling police on me for road incidents, that is just the standard now. Bogdan, I did, mate. I did, yeah. Such a shame. Such a shame that did look. Why is the live chat not showing on screen? Bogdan, the live chat was not showing on screen because it was not enabled. That will be the reason behind that. Yeah, I mean, Castle Peak, there's a huge difference between 1080 and 4K, to be honest. Even if you, like, somewhere down the road you switch to 2K, you'd see that it does make a difference. Legal off-road. One thing that one of people that've got the reshades, he's already using it for the RealCam preset. He's using it for Assetto Corsa Rally, I think, and it looks amazing. There's still games for me to kind of work on as well. There's few projects that are ongoing too, so I need to kind of balance everything. Bogdan, you can try. You can try to do that. How you do reshades? You drive for 10 hours straight and you adjust the filters and you make sure that they all look good at all times. there's well, I can show you how I do it. It requires a lot of driving though. Well, a lot of people would just throw a preset into ChatGPT and try to do it that way, but then it just looks, yeah, doesn't look ideal. Just, yeah, I can show you things on how I make them. And move the camera back a little bit, so. Yeah, I know it does. Mate, people that are trying to do reshades now, yeah, they'll throw that in ChatGPT, yeah, and then they'll be spending weeks, well, maybe not weeks, but you put something in ChatGPT, yeah, I guarantee you they're going to spend another few hours trying to sort it out, and at the end you're only going to be fixing the effects that you would not want it to be in the first place, so. Legal off-road, I'm using the Tobii eye tracking. Bogdan, what do you mean disabled? It's on. The chat is on. Yeah, maybe the live chat bot is not on, but no, it's on. Luca, how you doing, my mate? I'm glad that you decided to join us today. Castle P, I mean, you know, I can tell you that there is a difference, yeah? You can enjoy the game on any resolution, but yeah, Bogdan, you don't have to go OLED. I mean, OLEDs are expensive, you know. If someone has a 1080 monitor, even if they just get a normal 2K monitor, it'll be fine. Yeah, legal off-road. Tobii eye tracker is top. I really like it. Yeah, well, I know that, but at the same time it costs a lot, you know. Look at what email? You know, OLEDs are very good monitors. It's just that, you know, for your first upgrade to a 2K monitor, well, unless you got, you know, unlimited funds or something like that, then I guess it's fine. You know, you can go for whatever then. Yeah, the graphics card is important. Yeah. You know what? Beam Eye Tracker, they contact me about the about checking out the product and then maybe using it in videos. I need to have a look on how that actually works. Because to be honest, now they've upgraded for the Android apps. I need to have a look on how well it is actually run on an Android phone, and if it's even close to Tobii Eye Tracker. Also, Luca, I'm not sure what email you're talking about, because look on Discord. Luca, you send me something. Look, I know that. I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text you, mate. Yeah, I've seen it. I'll keep it off the stream. You can imagine why I want to do that. Yeah, Thomas King, I've seen people say that whenever it gets a bit darker, then you understand, yeah, Luca? That's why the circle got smaller, and it's you know. And also regarding using ChatGPT to change presets, yeah. Interesting topic. Guys, you know, because this is heavy. Like, mate, I've got a 5080, but well, I know that it's to do with the GPU as well. But this is, I'm actually getting 96% graphics card use. In the open terrains, it's fine. Once we get to these kind of terrains, especially in 4K with DLSS, it's crazy. To be honest, that's not looking that different. I guess I just need to run the heavy maps like this then. Thomas King, 100%, mate. And AI is great, you know, and you know, you can do a lot of stuff with it. But at the end of the day, if you just rely on AI and just try to just base everything off AI, trust me that understanding everything yourself will give you much better results than you know. Mate, I might run streams like that. Mate, the graphics card is at 75%. So 25% on scaling in these conditions when there's a lot of vegetation will save you, will saving me around 20% of my graphics card. The graphics card is chilling. Probably ETS. What kind of a saloon camera mod do I use? I use any of the mods from Steam. There's like 6 or 7 mods. Or if they're not working fine for me, then I'm just creating a mod myself. It's basically the DAF, truck, interior, and then your seat SII folder, and then you just need to put a unlimited amount in there. And it'll work fine for every truck apart from DAF Euro 6 and the Volvo 2018 in ATS. I was unable to override those ones. Guys, if we're talking about views, this is crazy. This looks amazing. Man, that's a big hill, and I hope that the DAF is gonna make it. Vinicius Santos, this is a 1 to 19 map. But it feels better than the normal 1 to 19 map. Rob the ETS, the name of the mod is the increased seat adjustments. When you go to Steam and you type in seat, S-E-T, S-A-E-T, the new few mods are gonna pop up for you, yeah? So just go to Steam and type in seat. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for the sub, man. Vinicius Santos, I've got the support version, so I've got the version available in Boosty. We can get the free version from Steam as well. The support version will get you the hex map as well. Vinicio, you know what? I'm glad that you're checking out each map that I'm actually suggesting. You know, I mean, you go after everything now. We've got some campsites. Guys, those forests, it just looks incredible. I mean, the whole map is nice, but those places, they just look amazing. Probably ETS, I'm glad they found the mod. Thomas King, yeah, I can imagine that. I can very well imagine that. Sanga Place, how you doing, my mate? I hope that you're having a good day, mate. Yeah, Thomas, I can very well imagine that. You probably know, or probably guessed, so yeah. You know that I can kind of imagine how something like that will look like. Teraz 22, hey, how you doing? Yeah, Thomas, you know nothing, yes. Life Enjoyer, thanks so much for the sub, mate. Gear Legends. Thank you, mate, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. It's minus 20. Oh wow. Mate, it's like plus 10, plus 15 where I am. So, how you doing, my mate? I'm all good, how are you? Yeah, minus 20 is a bit cold. Yes, Thomas, I know. And I've also posted that on Patreon. The way I've done the tone maps, they should work with all the presets. So they should work with V1, V2, V3. They should work with these ones. Because they've got a lot of vibrance in them, but there's not too much contrast, so so it's not going to over darken any of the presets. That's why it can be used with most of them. Maradona, thank you, mate. I'm glad that you're liking it. Guys, we're gonna skip to the morning. We'll do 5 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna be bright out or not? Yeah, 5 o'clock is really bright. Yeah, I know, mate, Siberia minus 20 is just a normal thing. You look at Yakutsk, yeah, and then you get like minus 40 to minus 50 in that. I grew up in Edmonton, Canada, where the temperature would, I mean, within the winter time, you're looking at minus 30, minus 40 as well, so. Maradona, how you doing, my mate? I hope that you're all good. Yeah, Siberia is a nice place, you know. Yeah, Thomas, that is cold. me a coffee. Try not to get the camera to go crazy. Okay, have a drink. I had a drink of coffee and we didn't break the camera, that's great. You're Maradona from Egypt? Nice to meet you, mate. Minus 40 is considered warm in there. Whoa. Then I was a bit off. You know what? There's I watched a movie about Siberia and farming in the Siberia region. At least they're saying that this was in the Siberian belt. There's a lot of German companies out there, like a lot. Yeah, but well, Europe's winters they're way milder than minus 40. Thomas, yeah. Vinicio Santos, what prevents SCS from delivering this quality of maps? I don't know. It will either be skill or, to be honest, I don't even know. Well, I know that they work in a structured way. It's not. It's, you know, they've got tasks. They've got team tasks. And I guess if they got someone assigned to a task and they do whatever kind of a job, they'll just have to do. So I could not tell you, to be honest. Maradona, yeah, the open beta for 158 is out. There's nothing for me to really test out in the 158 for ETS2. Well, apart from checking the, I'll have to do that because I'll have to be checking the PNG, but there's no features that would be helpful for the 158, or something that would make me want to jump to 158. On ATS, you've got the Route 66 rework, which is something new. So I had a look at that. Thomas King, thanks so much, mate. I'm glad that you visited us today. I hope they have a great drive with the Kenworth, mate. Guys, I'll literally be 2 seconds. Okay guys, I'm back. I've got a bit of a cold. Well, I'm not really sick, but I got a stuffed nose, and if I don't actually take the nasal spray, it just starts to be difficult to speak. And Boy David, how you doing? You can use the increased seat adjustment mod from Steam, or you can make the mod yourself by getting the DAF truck, so DAF vehicle truck interior, and then within the interior you need to put a seat SII file and just override all the values. But it will be easier to just get one from Steam. Truck Sim UK, how you doing? I'm using Toby Eye Tracker. Beam Head Tracker reached out to me to use their product as well. I was supposed to test out on the weekend, and I'll have a look, but I doubt that will be any better than Toby Eye Tracker, to be honest. Yeah, Be My Tracker is probably decent as well. I have to give it a go. Okay, thank you, mate. Glad that you're enjoying it. Yeah, no worries. Truck Simmer, it doesn't have much FPS impact. The only impact you get will be from, or the most impact will be from SnowyMoon. If you can run SnowyMoon fine, then the ReShade is not gonna add any more performance drop. It will add slightly. On my 5080, it takes around 2 to 3% of the graphics card's load, so it's not really that deep. On the 3080 that I had before, it was taking roughly 4% of the graphics card, 4 to 5%. I try to keep them quite optimized. Yeah, if you're in a 57, you don't have to worry about any drop then. Because when you load in SnowyMoon and ReShade, you can take the ReShade off, put it back on, and you can see that it's not going to take much, if anything. Patrick, how you doing, my mate? Yeah, that sounds good. Well, 60, 70 FPS. I'm running 60 capped, so. Yeah, I'm all good. How was your rest today? When did you wake up today? Yeah, I'm using a 4K monitor, yes. Yeah, 920, that's a decent time. So you basically woke up and then you're looking at it straight away, yeah? Hey, Danny, well, because maybe Danny is just sleeping like 4 hours a day, you know? Danny is still young, you know, so. Yeah, Traz, what monitor, what resolution you've got now? Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, the stream is from ETS2, mate, yeah. You're 35, mate, and he's like, I don't know, he's 16, 17, so. $43.18? That's where is that? Okay, I got it now, That DAF's braking performance is outstanding. Patrick, how much do they cost? I don't know. How many DLCs are there? Quite a lot now. You know what? You know what I would do? Okay, so I can tell you now. You don't have to listen to me, but I can just advise. Anything older than Texas, yeah, I don't even drive there. Like if it's older than Texas, I don't drive there. Because it just looks bad, you know. So I'll drive on anything that is Texas onwards. So if you just get them, you'll still have quite a bit of roads to drive in, and with a good quality of maps as well. Because like, well, Montana is kind of a ride, I guess, but not really. Montana, Wyoming is just bad, you know. Like when you look at Wyoming, mate, you go on the single lane roads. There's a lot of hills that have got like a rendered distance of like 200 meters. There's a lot of loading up textures. So then Colorado is old, you know. So I would advise that if you want to buy something for ATS, don't even look at the old ones, because they're, unless they're on a sale or something, you know, because they will still cost the same as the ones the ones that have been dropping now. Yeah, have a look at it. Yeah. Maybe get Texas and then Louisiana first. You'll have some nice roads in there, or I don't know, get Iowa, Missouri, Louisiana, or something like that. You're waiting for East Coast that has it, yeah? No, it's really like if there's no sale, I don't see a reason to get old DLCs like Idaho or Utah. Like I guess you can drive there, but it's not, you know, made as well as other ones. It's Devil Gaming. Yeah, not looking very realistic, mate. That's how I drive. That's how I enjoy driving it. I actually sit on the steering wheel. That is just something that I like to do when I'm driving. I think that sitting on the seat is just overlooked. You know, everyone's sitting on the seat, like. So I might as well just sit on the steering wheel. That's nice. Yeah, once we get some East Coast action going, it'll be interesting, yeah. Yeah, when the sandstorm hits you, you gotta make sure that your roof is fully closed. Patrick, I'm using the spring update for this. Oh, I've run the red light. Well, it's good that there was no one around, and it's good that Bogdan's not on the stream, because he'll be calling the police straight away. Unless he is on the stream and he's just laying low. Avenue Santos, it replaces the vegetation textures. Terrazzo 22. You know what? I prefer Canada, to be honest. Well, I live there, so I prefer it, but US it's a hit and miss, you know. Hey, too realistic, man. Yeah. Thanks so much, mate. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Our friend Devil Gaming said that it doesn't look realistic because I was sitting on top of the steering wheel like that. So I might actually move my camera so I sit on top of the steering wheel, just to make it fun. I'm joking, of course. Guys, we need to top up a fuel, because yesterday we were running in ATS and we've actually ran out of fuel. So I don't want to make that mistake again. That one. Yes, it's PNG. Or Project Next Gen, along with SnowyMoon V2 and Project Ultimate ReShade. You wanna go for an NBA game in Toronto? Yeah, it makes sense. See, I lived in Edmonton, so I traveled a lot within Alberta and then Saskatchewan as well, so like west side of Canada. Well, I visited Toronto, but only for like when I had a connecting flight to either UK or Poland, so. It's good though to travel around, you know. It's always good times when you're visiting the US or Canada, you know. It's something different. Patrick, you know what? I bought mine for £600. But yeah, there's some monitors that will cost €1,000. I paid like 600 for mine, so in euros it would be like 650. South America. I'd want to go to Brazil at some point. I watch a lot of Brazilian football and Argentinian football as well, so I wouldn't mind that. But I've got a very limited amount of time. So the next time I go somewhere, it might actually be Romania, you know. That's an exotic place to visit as well. Yeah, no, I got a 32-inch monitor, 4K gigabyte MU32, I think it's called. Guys, we're gonna get another job done. Or at least one. Where could we go? That wouldn't be a bad shout. There's what, 700 kilometers? Where do we need to go? Oh, we're actually here. So we do not need to go anywhere. Yeah, actually, that shouldn't be that bad. Guys, we're gonna, because we got the job, we're gonna quickly change the scenery. We'll drive with some with autumn on. Yeah, we've got it. Okay. Patrick, well, I've used the autumn update for PNG, so that changes the vegetation itself. Wayne Hayward, how you doing, my mate? I'm doing all good. I hope that you're having a good day, mate. That's a very ambitious plan, but it can be done. There's a lot of moving around. But to be honest, at the moment, I probably watch Polish basketball league more than NBA. I don't really watch that much NBA now. There's only at Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden is nice as well. Train, just having a look. You know what? I would go 2K instead of 1080p, but it's all down to you. Am I using 200 scale settings? I don't even think that 5090 would run this at 200 scale settings. I'm using at the moment 75 scale settings in 4K with DLSS. That's mainly due to the map. Sometimes I can push it to 125 scaling, but 150 you would not be able to run this game. And I've got a 5080. Maybe on a 5090 you'd be able to run this on a 150 scaling, but 200 scaling with 4K and DLSS turned on, you'll probably get like, I don't know, 15 to 20 frames. Christopher, at the moment, just because we're running a very heavy map, I'm running 75% scaling. Yeah, Miami Heat. I used to like Miami Heat, but like, not when LeBron was there. I liked Miami. Well, I liked Dwayne Wade. Like when I started playing basketball, Dwayne Wade was the main guy that I looked up to. So I liked Miami Heat from like 2004, 5, 6. When LeBron came, I was like, yeah. The team changed a lot. It didn't get the same kind of a vibe as it did before. Christopher, I'm not using any of these. I'm using the RealCam preset. The vibrant option that was updated today. Free roam. If you get to 158, then PNG releases for 158, you'll be able to use it. Yeah. But at the moment, if you go on the open beta, then it's not going to be working. So with every version, you need to download a new version for it. Oh, I see. It's a nice thing to go and watch an NBA game though. I've never been to one. I've been to a few college games in Canada, but nothing major. I always, when I'm in Poland, I go and watch WKS, so Śląsk Wrocław, and both football and basketball. Free roam, all good, all good. Christopher, I'm using the normal version. I don't use the dark one. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, the Sibir Map is in Russia, yes. I really enjoy the map as well. It's one of my favorite maps for ETS2. There's also a handball team. Yeah, they've got a handball team as well. Tracker. I'm glad to hear that. And the game doesn't look anything better? Well, there's something had to go wrong in there. Have you installed everything correctly? Because I can tell you, if you run a plain game and you apply the reshade, the graphics will change a lot, or the end effect will change a lot. Unless you're testing it at night, then I would agree with you that if you test it at night in the middle of the forest, nothing will change. It's overcolored, then don't use the vibrant version, just use the normal version. Guys, which city you're from as well? Kuba's tracker, it has to look like mine because I'm using that one. Look, when you actually go on the stream, that's what I'm using at the moment, is the Highlands RealCam Sharp. I don't use anything else. I mean, I use PNG, SnowyMoon V2, the latest tone maps for it, and the ReShade. Nothing else. I don't use any special effects to make it look nicer for the videos to what I actually release. So when you see me on live now, I don't. So that's, what city is that? Because I don't know handball that well. Well, I don't know the handball teams in Poland that well. This 158, no, 157 Kielce. I was thinking that because I know that they had a good handball team in there. I heard of that handball team. I've not really heard about any other handball teams, to be honest, but it's called Viva Kielce. I think that's what it was called. Nova, how much FPS? It's always 60. I always cap my FPS as 60. They do not change. And I'm running at 80% of my graphics card now, so there's enough headroom for no drops. I mean, on Sibir Map, you know, you've got heavier areas, which is gonna tank your performance a little bit. But everywhere run, I got 60 frames. You're saying that the team is gone now? "14 years in a row." Oh, that's crazy. Gaming 93, how you doing, my mate? How's your day going? Yeah, that's the thing with that kind of sports where there isn't much funding going on. Once you start losing money, it's hard to recover a team. Because to get a good team, you need to pay the players. The players are not getting paid, and they're not that loyal to the club. They're just gonna leave. Because we've run out of music. I need to put the music back up. I forgot about it. Sorry guys, I was just adjusting my phone. Yeah, that's what happens when a team starts struggling money-wise, you know, everything just falls apart. Vinicius Santos, DLSS would be a better option. Unless you're looking to get a bit more performance than DLAA. But DLSS is going to give you a way better rendering over DLAA, or TAA is the worst out of the all. So TAA will give you the worst kind of rendering experience. But DLAA, it's like, it's between DLSS and TAA. Gaming, how you doing, my mate? I'm all good. How's your day going? It sounds like the league is just having problems all around. So like you're all good, little hangover, but you're here, so that's good. Yeah, if there's no money coming from the fans, then yeah, not going to do much, as the revenue from the tickets does a lot to the team's finances. Yeah, Zurich Gaming. Well, the vibrant options, they're kind of the same presets, but did change the coloring in them a bit. And I've also added the new tone maps, and you're fine to use those tone maps for all the other presets as well. Yeah, we can do a bit of night driving as well, because we don't really drive at night that often. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, Corona Kielce is it's kind of a mid thing. At least they're an extra class, because we're in a first division, so. Yeah, I know, mate. I know, because I lived through it. And yeah. Yeah, the 2023-2024 was a very good season. And then we lost Exposito and a lot of different players. So yeah. Yeah, 2023-24, that was close with Kielce as well. Okay guys, we're gonna skip to the morning. yeah, because extra classes starts again. Playing Lego tomorrow. Lechia Gdańsk will lead against Lech Poznań in the 4th minute. That's a bit crazy, then. But you know what I hate is that there's almost a month and a half of no football in Poland between December and the end of January. Like no one has these. No other league has such a long layoff period. But at least not the major leagues. I don't know why they would actually set it up like that. Maybe it's because of the winter, but mate, like that's any other country runs leagues as well, so yeah, I know it's minus 20 now and they started playing. No, but I'm just saying that every year, I don't know, to be honest, I don't know why they do that. I'll know how they feel. So again, I'm using light and C, and I'm using the heavy lens with the vibrant options. Well, and this is also the PNG Autumn, so it's not the base version. Zamo GM, thank you so much for the sub, mate. Says what country that is. This is the Sibir Map in Russia, so like the middle of Russia. Yes, I do have all the links needed in the description. I just swiped the hand across the Tobii eye track and the camera went crazy. Abdel Rahman, I'm glad that you're liking it, mate. Look, we got a train going by. Tarazu Intercity just went past. Razu, tell me one thing, because I see a lot of people in Poland, and maybe other countries as well, but I see them clips from Poland, yeah? People, well, let's say they'll run into the barrier, yeah? And then they'll stop in the middle of the tracks. I cannot understand that. Vadim, I'm using Tobii eye tracker. Or they'll just drive in. They'll see that the barriers are closed, they'll see that the barriers are closed, and they'll just, I don't, they wouldn't go anywhere. I mean, just crash into the barrier, you know, like there's nothing's gonna happen to them. Like, you surviving that situation is a bit more important than the barrier that you could probably place back on, because they're made to just snap off. Guess we could do one more job. Where we could go to Ekaterinburg, but one thing, I'm just gonna revert back to the spring, because we've done one job with the autumn. We can go back to the spring. If it loads. Where's the spring at? The szlabany jest overwhelmujące and you just drive straight, yeah. Ori, the reshade's heavy. If you run SnowyMoon with DLSS or DLAA, this is as much performance as it's going to draw. They're not going to be any heavier than your SnowyMoon already. They'll take a slightly bit of performance down, but it's nothing that you'll notice a lot. So if you can run SnowyMoon V2 with DLSS or DLAA, or even with your TAA, you're not going to see much change from that. Okay, we've not actually discovered the city. I don't know why. We might need to... Why haven't we discovered the city? No, we did. Why can't I take a job from her? A bit weird, but... Yeah, let's move to Omsk then. Gonna get a job from Omsk. Abdurrahman, thanks so much, mate. Drop the saturation there. And also better to the normal settings once it's... Have we discovered Omsk? Yeah, we've got it. I'd want to go Ekaterinburg. Yeah, we've got some. I mean, 900 kilometers, whoa. Matikis, I'm using Tobii eye tracker. I'm not using any VR device. Abdurrahman, I'm glad that you're liking the graphics, man. We're just gonna go to pick up the next load. We're gonna be taking it to Ekaterinburg, so that's around 900 kilometers. I've run over. But Bogdan's not here, so he's not gonna call the police on you. So that's good. Yeah, but this place is FPS heavy. Well, I guess the level of detail is on point, but it is a bit heavy. What's my PC setup? I'm running a Ryzen 7 5800 X3D and a RTX 5080. Zwick, I'll have a look on Discord after the stream. Yeah, I'll have a look. Red. Oh, I'm gonna go now. I've run like 4 red lights today. Legend Rock Plot. Nice to have you in here today, mate. With your classic phrase that you love horses. Cheers, Rick. No worries, mate. Have fun with it, yeah? Legend, you enjoying the music, yeah? It's very good, mate. Yes, Legend, those kind of horses, mate. Gunja Park. That is the Project Ultimate ReShade RealCam preset. The vibrant version of it that I've released today. Well, really updated it. Not fully released it, just updated the settings and done a few changes to the presets as well. Gunchbog, thank you, mate. Glad you enjoyed it. Gunja Park, you've got a link in the description if you'd like to get it. You've got the Patreon link in there. Yeah, Terazo, 100%, all the links in the description, mate. Maybe we could drown in the rain a little bit. Let's see how that'll look. I don't really drive in rain that much, but... if you buy out the post, then you receive updates till I release a new project. If you sub, I mean, when you sub, you get everything that is released so far, so either way you're gonna get everything that is released at the moment. Because I just want to change the weather. As a Forza 6, yeah, it might be a bit interesting. I mean, I play iRacing, LMU and stuff like that. So yeah, I like the way how you mix in Stippa to it, and that's great. It's very Stippa at the moment. Man, it does. I've seen, man, it's actually funny, man. It's very Stippa, man. Ferreira, that is the Toby Eye Trucker. Exactly, truck, it's the ModsTrade truck available on their Gumroad. Gumroad or Selfie? Or Selfie, not Selfie. I bought it 2 days ago because I was looking for a DAF 06. I wanted to change the camera in the SCS DAF 06, but I did not manage to do that. So I had to buy this one. There's better trucks that cost 25-30 euros, but I guess you know it does the job. You know, it's not that bad. Exactly, at the moment I'm not looking to drive any buses. I've been driving buses for like a week and a half. So yeah, thank you. I'll probably get back to buses at some point. Actually, you know what? I bought the Turkish map, the Road to Heavy map. I need to see if they've actually activated the map, because I bought it. You have to wait like 24 hours for it to be ready to download, as they need to prep it. I forgot about that map. I'm gonna check on it today. Then maybe we could drive a bus in there, but I'm not sure yet. You were just trying out the bus. I've also, we were talking about the bus as the game. I was looking at that game. You know what? I could not set up my Sim Magic Alpha to the in the whenever, like, I don't know why. I didn't find much manuals on Sim Magic Alpha. But whenever I set it, like, there's no range at the start when I turn the wheel. Only in the last, like, I don't know, 20-30 degrees when I turn it, the whole wheel spins. So I'm not sure why that would be. SOP1, how did I make the Mercedes-Benz Travego? How did I make it work? I mean, it's updated for 157 version when you download it from the website, and the road heavy Turkey heavy vehicles should be there. The ones that's there, it's updated. Sefton, sorry, I've missed your comment. How you doing, my bro? I just seen it now. Apologies for that. Nice to see you on the stream, Sefton. Yes, Glenn. Yes, of course I remember. Man, I'm glad that you like it anyway. Yeah, the pics that you've sent over, they look great as well, Glenn. Yeah, Castle P, their website, it has the updated links, so it should be all good. You need a Moza. Here's Fugu. You know what? I don't know. Well, I've got a sim rig as well, so it's just difficult to actually do anything with that. But I was thinking of getting a normal kind of a truck wheel though, would have all the Arduino buttons and everything set for it. But then the wheel position wouldn't be that great. Acme, no, that's not the DOC. That is in Sibir Map by 10 Avoid. So it's a mod map. Glenn, no, that's the one that I've released today, the vibrant one. Well, it's raining, so the colors are a bit even more vibrant. So to be honest, I don't really like to drive in the rain with SnowyMoon because everyone overuses it. Everyone just drives the. Well, not everyone drives SnowyMoon in rain, but they do focus on overcast weather. I like to expose some of the sunny weather to it as well. Glenn, no, I don't use any realistic rain mods or anything like that. This is how rain looks in SnowyMoon. Castle P, very nice. Yeah, I think that I like the base version as well. But then I thought that, you know, once we get into a warmer kind of a setting in real life, as we're getting closer to spring, a more vibrant setting would be nice as well. It adds an option, you know, so. Gunter Park, yes, those reshades, they're both for ETS and ATS. V1, V2, V3, they've got this separate version. This RealCam, it has one version for both. No, actually, I think it's still separated. It might not be. I don't know. I'll need to have a look at the folder structure. But it's just one version. I don't know if I split it or not. Luzi 93. How you doing, my mate? Oh, there you're all good, mate. Luzi, I'm glad to hear that, mate. Glad that you're enjoying it. Park, this is not the version 3. This is the RealCam. It's the latest version that has dropped. Yeah, Glenn, that's a solid combo, you know. Very solid combo. Texted Hayden. Yes, I've used SnowyMoon for all of those streams. You can run it without SnowyMoon, but I've been using SnowyMoon for it. Okay guys, enough of that rain. Because we've been driving like that for quite a while now. Yeah, JBX and PNG are a bit different. To be honest, I prefer PNG due to the weather depth itself, but JBX has more kind of an epic skybox style, so. Yeah, Castle B has a lot of customization to it. You can even put a Starbucks carpet on top of the dashboard. Guess we still got 474 kilometers left. Wait, where did that police come from? Yeah, Glenn, you know what? Unreal Engine 5 is good, but if it's optimized well, and if it will be easy to make mods for it as well, as you know, a lot of games that are based on Unreal Engine 5, they come out very gloomy and overbloomed. So yeah, Castle P, to be honest, the first time I've actually had a look on the Turkish buses, you know, I was impressed. And like the quality of everything in there is just crazy. You know which one I liked? I liked the Neoplan Tourliner, not the Cityliner, the Tourliner. I think it was like my favorite bus. They also have the Cetra coming. So can you imagine that? You get coaches DLC. Well, the buses from SCS, they're not going to be as good as the modded ones. So you can use the modded buses from Road Heavy Turkey. You'll have your coaches DLC kind of gameplay in there as well. So it'll be nice to see. Yeah, it is insane. Yeah. Because when you when you have a look at that, it's hard to find a truck that is as well made as those buses are made. Park PNG all the way, unless you like more of an epic kind of style of skyboxes, but I find PNG way better than JBX in my opinion. Yeah, I think that SCS software, they're just gonna be focusing on the on developing Prism 3D. I don't think that they're gonna be changing over to a different engine. Yeah, Terazo, yeah. There was an update on DS. I'll say how I say it. DAF. I also like that game a lot. When I was growing up, I was playing DAF2, then 3. Yeah, 2 was the classic one. Yeah, Cassiopeia, I know they've actually done a very good job with the buses. I mean, that's why I was so hooked on that, you know. When I got the buses, I was like playing them buses for like a week and a half. Yeah, DAF2 was great. Spend a lot of time on that game. To be honest, for something that is that simple, I did spend a lot of time on it. What options should you download to update SnowyMoon? With the latest option released. You're playing on 158, the preview would be what you want to get. I mean, the preview is going to work on 157 as well, so it doesn't really matter. It just depends if you have any issues with it, then you might need to get the stable version. Glenn, which bit don't I agree on? I'm losing. Well, RealCam is a separate preset, so you can't really combine the presets. You can only use one preset at a time. Glenn, if you could just tell me again what take I don't agree on with, because I might have a different opinion on something, but I just don't know which part you said that about. the RealCam is the preset, so I use RealCam as just the preset. There's can't use RealCam with anything else unless you're referring as RealCam to the seat mod. So this seat mod I use it with every preset, but when I'm referring as I'm using RealCam, it's just the preset that I'm using. Yeah, Glenn, you know what? I don't know if it was SCS's inability to improve the game engine or what, but I don't know if they had a longer kind of a plan if it comes to that, but I think for a game that is 12 years old, I mean, they're releasing DLCs and all, but they've not made a lot of push on the graphics. They've changed the lighting a bit. Well, the assets that they make now are way better. So, and of course, if the assets are better, everything else looks better. But lighting-wise and graphically-wise, I would not play ETS2 just as vanilla with no graphic mods. But no worries, man. Yeah, try it out and then see if you're liking it. Thank you, mate. Why DAF? Because I've already had that DAF set up on this profile. Scania is the best. I need to drive different trucks, you know, I'll get bored of the same truck. I've done a lot of drive with Scania, well, tested the P&G winter experience. Patrick, also in Poland you say that Scania najlepsze. Yeah, I know it's a joke, I know it's a joke. Yeah, the Nordics DLC, man, that's a lifesaver to be honest, because there wasn't... We had West Balkans and Greece. That looked alright, and then maybe some of the newer parts of Germany, but that was it for ETS2. Like Italy, France, Baltics, they're all a bit outdated now, so yeah, the Nordics DLC really helped. Brother and Heidi, my man, I'm glad you're liking it. That has a 22. Yes, Scania najlepsze. I don't mind the Scania, to be honest. Yeah, it is very well done. Yeah, the Nordics DLC it's amazing. As I said, it is a lifesaver for me, at least if it comes to running the base profiles. Because I could just drive around the like the Nordics DLC, the size of it as well. Mate, I'm fine with anything in there, you know. You can just stay on that DLC and don't even go anywhere else. David, how you doing, my man? Glad they came to the stream, mate. Use mod light to the truck, MDT. I don't have any MDT trucks, so I wouldn't know. Exactly, yes, I'm using a 4K monitor. Yeah, Glenn, it would make sense to do that. Yes, we got 240 kilometers left. No, exactly a monitor. I would not. I wouldn't use a TV for it. Well, unless you got some... Unless you got a TV with a higher refresh rate, then yeah, then you could use it. But I need something with at least 120 hertz, and most of the TVs in 4K they support 60 hertz or 75. I mean, you could probably get something with 120 hertz, but it will cost a lot. Yeah, Glenn, I mean, yeah, it would make sense to do that back in the day, you know? Yeah, Zurich, what was the price for that TV then? Because I know that you can get them like that, but then... Well, at least they're kind of affordable now. 1,000 euros is not that bad, to be honest, for a 55 inch. But I don't, well, at the moment when I'm using the curved screen, I don't, if I would have the 55 inch, I would have to move it a bit away, further away from me. I had a 43 inch monitor before, it was a bit too big for me. But to be honest, you just surprised me with the price though. Yeah, Glenn, the shader for Farming Simulator was nice, yeah. I wish that I could play Farming Simulator a bit more, but not much time. Yeah, triple setup like that would be amazing. Bubba, thanks so much, man. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. It looked very good for Farming Simulator, yeah, 100%. See, Farming Simulator is, at least when I looked at it, it looks good 70% of the time. Then you got those transitions when you've got some cloudy weather and it's not, or let's say autumn time and cloudy weather, sometimes it just looks a bit off. Suway sounds. Hi there, my man. Thanks so much, mate. But there's a problem, you don't really understand what I'm saying. Yeah, Zurich, no worries, man. Thanks so much for being on the stream today. I'll have a look at your message after the stream. Sorry guys, I was just adjusting my phone. Yeah, man, thanks so much, man. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. I'm glad that you're liking that FOV, man. We've got 153 kilometers left, so just a few minutes away. Super, if you know what, I was wondering about that because I've seen your comment. You've I don't know if you sent me a message or that was a comment. Literally I had a look on the forums and everything. I could not connect any game crashes to the force feedback. Unless someone that is on the stream today would have any idea why a game would crash when he has force feedback on, but yeah, Guara, that's, I don't know if you're talking about the reshades. The reshades done for ATS, but I also do gameplays for ATS as well. I do ETS2 and ATS. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, to be honest. Because I don't... You know what, check your game log. Or if you got me on Patreon, send me the game log. Make sure that you've got unlimited game log. Try to recreate that crash when you add force feedback on, and send me the game log because I'd want to see if there's anything in it. Yeah, Iceland and Ireland would be very nice. Something fresh. I mean, I know that Nordics DOC is already fresh, but Iceland and Ireland would be very nice as well. Exactly, the map looks good. Yeah, the map is great. Graph, I'm using a similar kind of a, well, that's a lie because I use a different FOV for ATS. But I might use similar kind of an FOV for ATS as well. Well, that train doesn't look like it's fully on the ground. I don't know why. Yeah, Baba, thank you so much for coming to the stream. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Southwest. You just activate as a normal preset, so you just put in your ReShade folder and you activate it. Then that's a crazy PC. You're gonna have some fun with it. A crazy PC. $5070 is it's a good card as well. It will run everything. Okay guys, we're gonna get the daylight going for the last leg of our journey. Exactly. No, this map, when you download this map, you can just add it below any of your maps and you're good to run it. It'll be in the middle of Russia so it doesn't collide with anything. Mate, you're gonna have a beefy setup then with everything. Hey Bogdan. Guy said, "Hi, Romania." Yeah, Castle. No, you can only add this to your or you can use it. You can use it on a separate profile, or you can just add this map to your base map, and it's just gonna appear in the middle of Russia. Glenn, thanks so much for being on the stream, mate. Thank you. Castle Pete, no, you will not be able to connect it. I mean, you could try doing yourself. You could connect two modules. I don't know if that will actually work well. Yeah, I'm on 32 gigabytes and it's running fine for gaming. Yeah. Douglas, yes, I'm using Top AI tracker. Yeah. Alright guys, Bogdan just added the Florida map 1-to-1 Discord to the chat. If anyone would like to see Florida 1-to-1 map being created, you can join the Discord. Bogdan is currently working on the map. I'm trying to help with it because I don't have that much experience in map editing, but I'll try my best to help with the map as well. Isaac, so the paid version will give you the hex map as well, and you're supporting the map maker, you know. Bogdan, you think it will be ready in 2 weeks? I mean, to be honest, with the pace that some of the people work, I wouldn't be surprised if the early access would be out in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, that would be a good road to drive at the beginning. Because the hex map is a fictional kind of a map that is set in an off-road kind of a condition. It's 20 kilometers. Yeah, I guess. So I'm using a SimMagic Alpha wheel. Hey guys, we've managed to get to our destination. Gonna end the stream. I would like to thank everyone who decided to drop a like, drop a comment. Like to thank everyone who was active on the stream or just watching, you know, and enjoying the views. Yeah guys, thanks so much for being here today, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Thank you.